Something that you've seen in some of the other videos likely is what we refer to as power angle. A couple of things to look at. The angle of my forearm relative 90 degrees to the ground. So if I hold my arm out like this, there's a bubble here. I've checked my angle many times with this digital angle. It is 152 degrees. So 152 degrees on my digital angle. What this angle tells us is that the steeper this angle is to the ground, the wider stance you're going to have, the more spine tilt and the more knee flex. Someone who has a very shallow angle will have a much narrower stance. That's why if you've seen me in some of the videos, my stance is very wide, because I have a pretty severe angle. I'm an outlier where this is concerned. I have, most of my students are shallower angles than what I have. A few that are the same, a couple that are more extreme, but the majority have shallower angles. We're all different. That's the key. Now let's take a look at how this impacts putting. Now when I move into my balance stance with my putter, as I said, because I have such a severe angle, I'm going to have a much wider stance. So I'm going to go out to my stance width. But you'll notice at 152, this grip size is made to fit me. That angle is absolutely perfect on this side. You go down the shaft, up my left arm, down the shaft, and up my right arm. It also fits me beautifully here. If you look at 152, it also sets up on my inner thighs, here and on this side. If we move to the side angle, when I am in my good balance setup, you'll see that it fits my thigh angle. 90 degrees to the ground, it's my thigh angle. You'll also note that it is my spine angle, 90 degrees to the ground. Interestingly, if my putter angle fits and everything works together, it'll be down my shaft, up my right arm, down my shaft, up my left arm as well. So we have two types of balance. This is my angle of symmetry. In full swing, we've referred to it as your power angle. With the putter, when I have stance width balance and I have symmetry, vertical balance, I am set. My weight is going to be dead centered in my feet. I'm going to see lines beautifully, and my path will be true to the line. All I have to work on then are good pictures for great speed. Now let's take a look at a putter. This is not my putter. This is a standard putter grip off the shelf. You go into a store, pro shop, to buy a putter, this is the grip you'll have. One of the things our research has shown is that this grip size fits absolutely no adult. My youngest son, who's 10, this is too small for him as well. Let's take a look at what happens to these angles. Let's take a look at what happens to these angles when I have a grip size that does not fit. So if I go in back into the same balance stance width, my right arm with this looks pretty good. Goes right down the shaft, up my right arm. As I add my left, it is well off my left arm. This angle, as you saw when the putter grip fits me, this goes right up my, right down the shaft and up my left arm. It only fits one arm here. The other thing that I can start to feel is that my knee flex on my right side, even though I'm in my balance stance width, my knee flex is increasing as I grip this putter. My thigh angles my thigh angles here are still good. Let's take a look at it from the side. As I get in my stance width here, I ground this putter. This putter, by the way, is the same length and the same lie angle, as the putter I showed you a moment ago. The only difference is the grip size. So as I get into my setup with this putter, I can feel stress on my back that I didn't have with my putter. My angle here feels much more tilt. thigh angle is probably not too bad because the length is set to my posture, but my spine, I'm already starting to feel stress. The other thing you have when you have a putter grip that fits, and you have vertical balance and horizontal balance, you'll be able to practice your putting for a much longer period of time. So once you have your grip size, use the pre-wrap, wrap your putter, find your stance width, and get into your balance setup, and notice how the stress is relieved on your back immediately. That'll give you longer practice periods and much better putting stroke. You'll also see lines consistently.